For this segment, we're talking to Ms. Mary Ann Pastrana, the chairperson of the Archipelago Philippine Ferries Corporation. Many know your company as Fastcats. Yes. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. You know, very interesting talk, but first let me ask, how's business? You were telling me that even before the pandemic, operations did not really stop.
Yes.
Have you recovered already, or what's your state now?
Yes, we are now seeing the passenger ship come up to pre-pandemic levels. As I have mentioned, we have not stopped carrying cargo since day one of the pandemic, because we carry passengers and cargo all over the Philippines. So we are happy that the passenger ship has gone up, and the cargo volume has already also gone up.
Right. What's your outlook for this year? Are you looking to increase more ships, expand to more destinations? What are your plans for 2023 and maybe 2024?
Yes. So 2023, we are going to receive 2 more ships that was actually due for delivery during the pandemic times.
That brings a total to how many now?
21 total ships that will connect the Philippine Islands. We have created our big, hairy, audacious goal of having 60 Fastcats by 2030.
Wow.
But then the disruption happened.
Right.
Why? Because we are increasing in population in the Philippines, and we have 7,641 islands, so 60 ships will be nothing, not enough. So, we are positive that there's a lot of opportunity for growth, especially with the onset of online shopping. Shopee, Lazada, they all deliver to the provinces, and therefore we see just an opportunity to grow our fleet continuously. And of course, because we are an archipelagic nation, there are no concrete bridges that will connect the islands, but sea bridges like a Fastcat.
Right. And as you said, 60 vessels is really, we have thousands of islands, so we had more than 100 million Filipinos. But interesting, in your talk today, you were sort of referring to the ease of doing business. And you were saying something that, for the government to look at its systems to make it easy for you, maybe just to go even beyond the 60 vessels. What are some of the things that you want policymakers to look at to help businesses like yours to grow?
Of course, ships are not cheap. No, they're expensive. So definitely.
How much is one Fastcat? About ballpark?
About $10 million.
Wow.
With the prices now of steel, and also definitely we will need the support of banks to fund all of these ships, because they are not cheap. And then of course we are servicing the public, and we are operating in different islands, so we are subjected by many layers of government regulators. So marina, you have BOI if you bring in modern ships, insurance, the police, the local government units, so PPA. So, with all these parang sala-salabit na policies, and so many, it's going to take time for us to cover regulatory instead of focusing on what we do best, which is really connecting people, carrying people, and connecting the islands. So that's what I mean when I say I hope we're not asking for subsidies, because Klink, in other countries, they have subsidies. Their government subsidizes because their thinking is that if the government cannot provide the road network,
it might as well help the private sector do it.
They will have the sea, the ships to connect the islands, and they subsidize, like in the form of fuel. They subsidize in form of fares. They subsidize that. But here, this is a...
So you're on your own.
Yes. We are a private corporation. We don't get any subsidies. So the least we are asking for is just help us make it easy, because as it is, the shipping industry is complex. We keep on moving. We have high tide, low tide, fuel prices. We have the depth of the port. Killing our propellers, and therefore it's not easy to maintain. So do you ever think why we have the highest record of maritime incidents? Diba? Why? Because it's not cheap to maintain ships. So when all of these problems happen, safety is the first to go. Like companies cannot afford that. So just to keep afloat, they just keep on running fuel na lang. But the benefit of others, other things, aspects of other business operations suffers.
Right.
So then we need to engage more people to think about how we can support each other to make this happen.
Now, the theme of this forum, of course, is digitalization and modernization. Is that the right priority now? I mean, I'm sure it will help, but or are there other things that the government should be looking at that's more beneficial to the private sector, you think?
Yes, again, it can go from small things to big
so many things.
Yes, small things to big things. Small things, for example, just the awareness, increasing the awareness on maritime. Like, maritime, what is this? Hey, we are an archipelago and therefore we must support this. Blue economy, let's talk about blue economy. And in that aspect, we don't only limit it to shipping and
you were saying ports, ships, ports, people.
Think about people, think about fisher folks, think about education. So all of this must be hand in hand in growing this industry. If all of us, parang sama-sama tayo, let's synergize and just make it stronger. One of the big issue right now is that EMSA issue, that even BBM has been talking about, and Marina has been on the hot seat.
This is the certification issue for seafarers.
So that issue has been in our heads for the longest time. That's keeping us from improving or taking it to the next level. So I was like, when the safe mode researchers were here to cascade the learning of the research in the Philippines, I was telling them, sir, can you help us just get it out of our heads so that we can move forward, because it's something that is dragging us or just pulling us back. But we can do so much more, moving forward. So awareness would be one, or not littering at sea, or like that oil spill. So in education, we must make our young kids think about maritime or the blue economy and the potential that it can give to our country. Why is Singapore such a big maritime player? Yung mga ganyan. If we start thinking about that, and as a people, we all increase awareness, we cooperate, collaborate, help each other, then the opportunity is just great.
And we were talking earlier, you were saying that maybe we shouldn't just talk about maritime issues when there's bad news, like an oil spill. Could you elaborate on that?
I was telling you that I finished nutrition in the University of the Philippines. My husband finished agribusiness, and I said, we ended up in shipping.
That's an interesting origin for
I know
ship owners.
I know. So I said, I always joke about my husband took up agribis, and he kept on agreeing on all businesses. That's why we ended up on ship owning and ship operating. And because I took up nutrition, I took up a maritime course in the World Maritime University and maritime education and training at the PMMA. And one of my take-home in the World Maritime University is that it is our responsibility, us in the shipping and in the maritime sector, to tell the people on shore of the things that are happening in our world that is not limited to bad news. Because maybe people will just hear about oil spill, piracy, death, sinking, collision, but not about the good things. That's why when we modernized our fleet in FastCat, we made sure that we told the world about our modernization. And sad to say, we're even more recognized abroad than here.
That's
more celebrated abroad than here.
The government is doing a lot of things of tourism. Is that something that you're also looking at?
Oh, definitely. We have beautiful islands, so many islands to see. So how do you get there? How do you bring the tourists
through
there?
FastCat.
Through FastCat, yes.
Well, it's been very interesting to talk to you. I think we really have to devote an entire episode. We'll invite you back to Business and Politics, but Chairman Pastrana, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is Business and Politics. We'll take a quick break.